I've already welcomed everybody and I've introduced myself, and I just got a few notes here. I wrote a little speech, so please bear with me. The best man's up next. It was 7 years. No, I'm sorry. Hang on. Wrong page, sorry. Okay. I got, I'm happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration of our, wrong speech again, sorry. No, really, when Desiree was born, is that going back too far? Yeah, okay. I already said thank you. I'm a little nervous here, so thanks for sharing the special day, the wedding of Eric and Desiree here. And I want to say special thanks to my wife, Betsy, and Eric's mother, Michelle Hart. Please, a round of applause, if you would. They worked diligently. It's been a 3-day party, so to speak, or celebration, and they've worked around the clock along with Eric and Desiree, preparing things, getting ready for everybody, and the man of honor, and the best man, and there's been just a whole slew of people, and I just want to say thank you to every one of you. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to have you in our home, and a pleasure to have you here this evening. And I just want to go on and when Desi was born, I have to go there. We were living in Wisconsin, and she used to always fall asleep on my shoulder. I'd get home from work, and I'd rock her to sleep. We had a little rocking / lazy boy, and she would just sleep there. And then growing up between Jessica and Desi initially, Jessica, our older sister, just out playing and running around, taking care of each other. I cherish those moments of each one of my children, absolutely, and they're all here, Daniel and Joseph as well. It was just the teaching them from the simple things, how to walk and ride a bike and read and everything, and to watch them grow into the great human beings they have become. It's mostly due to my wife, Betsy, and them themselves. They've just grown into people I'm very proud of, and just want to say that I'm very proud, Des. And she was a little entertainer from the get-go, doing skits when we first moved to Florida. I remember she's putting on her own plays for the neighborhood, literally, and big to-do. People would come in, we'd have the little drapes and stuff put up with sheets and everything, and it's a good thing. I'm just, and then when she went to college, she left. First it was Jess who left for college, and that was sad. And then Desi graduated high school, and we were so proud of her, like her sister before her, honor roll, all that good stuff, and went off to college, and I started a business, and I had her going back and forth. She was going to college, trying to do fashion shows, and being my office manager / accounts payable, receivable, shipping and receiving, all that good stuff. And just a hard worker and a task manager. And thank you for that as well, honey. That's and a little adventurer. She was scared at first, but pretty much willing to try anything. The last big trip we took together as a family was down in the Keys, and went snorkeling one day, skydiving the next day, scuba diving the next day. And I would have liked to had the pictures or the video of her skydiving, because Jess, you remember, that was, yeah. And she's scared of heights, by the way, so, but she did it anyhow, because she's courageous. And she's willing to get out there and put herself in and chase her dreams, and that's what she's doing now. I hope everyone noticed the dress she was wearing, or she is wearing. She made it herself. It's Desiree Marie Designs. And She met Eric in church, or maybe technically, yeah, but over at Lakeside Baptist, and they've been together for a very long time. A little on and off, but that's high school, right? That happens. And I'm glad they came back to each other. And Eric's always been a stand-up guy, and to his parents as well. You know, and his grandparents, thank you for coming, and it's an outstanding young man. And that doesn't happen on accident, right? So thank you, and kudos to y'all. And to you too, sir. We're proud to have you as a member of our family. Just a couple words of advice for you. Now that you're officially married, but you've been together with Des long enough to know that if you ever feel like you got to get the last words, just make sure they're yes, dear. Yes, dear. Just get used to saying that. Or, I'm sorry. I love you, dear. All right, and then in closing, I'm going to say that any advice here, when you get married, you got a life partner. That's the way it's supposed to be, and when things work out, that's the way it is. And it takes work, and you're always going to have to work on it. It doesn't happen on accident. It's just like you got to get up every day and take a bath and clean yourself, or you got to get up every day and love each other on purpose. You got to make an effort. It doesn't happen automatically. So, ever be nicer to anybody or do more for someone or sacrifice for anyone else more than you will each other. Excuse me. And always put your partner first in life and your love first before anybody else. Okay? And then always kiss each other. Good night, if you can, when you're together. And never stop showing your love for one another. Okay? Please raise your glasses in a toast to Desiree and Eric. Wish you a long, healthy, and happy life together, filled with love, joy, and excitement. Cheers. All right, best man.
That's right, I have 2 drinks. I don't know how I'm supposed to follow that, so good night. All right, so I'm not great at memorizing things, so I have some paper. Introductions are always the hardest part of a toast to write. So here it goes. This is the introduction. All right, now break into interpretive dance. No, not gonna do that one. Yeah, we went over this whole thing, you know, Backstreet Boys was gonna play. That's in sync, bye, bye, bye. And then I leave, and the speech is over. All right, so now that that's over and my hand is shaking, so I have the pleasure of knowing Eric for over half my life. He's been called many names. Eric. The kid that looks like Harry Potter. E-Rock. Singleberry. Erica, a favorite of his father's. The list goes on. However, the most accurate name to call Eric is Eric Singletary, because that's his legal name. Eric has been a great friend, and we've had multiple adventures over the years. From searching for buried treasures in the woods. We were convinced. To bearing water balloons and tricking our younger siblings to step on them. We played in the dirt a lot growing up. We both moved away from our homes and created new homes in our new adopted cities. Yet, even though we have been separated by land and sea, I would like to think that there's no mountain high, no valley low, no river wide enough to keep our friendship apart. I see Eric and Desi, and I remember when we were younger, Eric telling me that he was going to marry this girl. So I lost a bet. It took him long enough, right? What, 9 years? Yeah. The snail of relationships, Eric Singletary. These two have been in love for years, and I'm so honored to call them both friends. I'm so happy for you guys. Congratulations, and the rest are things I'm not allowed to say. So, to Eric and Desi. Cheers, guys. And I'm not allowed to drop the mic.
Hey, give it up for the best man and father of the bride. Eric and Desiree would like to invite anybody that would also like to say a toast up here. So if anyone would like to say a few words on behalf of the bride and groom, they may do so now. All right.
Sorry. I am just very happy these two are together. One year they broke up, and I was very upset about this. And I kept telling her, you know, you're going to go back to him. I mean, they were best friends when they were not together. And I kept telling her, you guys are going to end up back together. She just didn't believe me for a little bit, but she gradually listened to her mother, which I was very happy. And when they got back, you could tell it meant the world to her to be back. It was not only her boyfriend, it was her best friend. They do everything together. They complement each other. You can see the love. I mean, for the last 10 years, it's 10 years or 9. So people are saying different. 9, okay, 9. I thought 10, but for the last 9 years, you can see it. They have their little spats, but they get back to where they belong very quickly. It's just quickly. And I knew years ago, just no one else did. It's a mom thing. So I've been waiting for this day for a very long time, so I'm very happy, and I'm very happy everybody came. Very good outcome, and just thank you very much for coming. I can't say any more.
Close this out? Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. Yep.
I'm not very good with speaking with a microphone, so I'm just going to go ahead and hold this to the side. Everyone can hear me, correct? Yeah. Beautiful. My name's Eric, as most of you know, I'm sure. Desiree, my beautiful wife. We've been together for a good part of our lives, and Bets, I hate to supersede you, but I've got this beautiful note from Des back in high school. And I remember it was one of we might have been fighting, might have been one of those things, high schoolers. She told me, I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. I imagine that we'll date through high school. She said, we might break up in college, but I imagine we'll get back together and we'll get married. And she nailed it on the head. We have been dating for the last 9 and a bit years. They have been wonderful. As Beth said, there's been their ups and downs, but it's mostly been up, and it's only going further up, so it's been quite wonderful. I do want to thank you all for joining us. I know it was kind of hard today with the weather, the tornado, from what I heard, but I'm glad you all joined us here and braved the weather for that. I want to definitely thank Dan and Betsy, my mom, my family, everyone that's here that has helped out, and anyone who is just enjoying our company. It is truly wonderful to have you here. And I couldn't ask for a better party. As we sat up here and ate our dinner, it was wonderful just to listen to the music and look out and see just, the love across the room between our two families. I know it's been a bit rough. Some of you may know more than others, but this is a new beginning. So we got Voight Singletary here, and I think this is kind of like the Hatfield-McCoy relationship we can have, except in a different dimension where we're all together. So from here on out, I call for a 100% truce. We all get along. But let me just end it off before I start rambling by saying thank you all for joining us once again, and have a really great night. Thank you very much.
All right.